Hey everybody, it's Benny1 and I'm back at you with another movie review, and it is finally time, everybody. It is time! The Snyder Cut has been released! Finally! The Snyder Cut is out, everybody. All of you people that said it didn't exist and hated on this shit, I hope y'all eat your words, and I hope you watch the movie, and I hope you enjoy it. But eat your damn words. So, we're going to tell the quick little backstory, because, it's what we got to do with this movie. I'm sure you've heard it. You probably already know about it. So Zack filmed the movie back, in 2017. It was supposed to come out in 2016, and it was supposed to come out in 2017. It did. We got a horrible version of it, but so he had the movie completely filmed, which we found out totally done. He had a tragedy in his family. His daughter, unfortunately, Autumn, #4Autumn. He created that a couple days ago. Who unfortunately took her life, so he had to step away from the movie. And Warner Brothers brought in Joss Whedon, the guy that directed Avengers and Avengers Age of Ultron. So, good at making superhero movies, right? Well, he went back in and rewrote the screenplay, like, pretty much entirely almost, except for the basic gist of the story. And did a bunch of reshoots. We had the CGI mustache shit, with Henry's upper lip. And he reshot like over 70% of the movie. And the movie was also under 2 hours. Like, I think when the credits hit, it's like 1 hour and 50 minutes for our big DC group debut film. Not even 2 hours. That's just blasphemy. Disrespectful. So now we had the Snyder Cut movement that basically started pretty much right after that movie came out in 2017. So me and my wife went and watched the Justice League back in 2017 when it came out. Almost 4 years ago, actually, because we're getting close on the 4-year mark. And so we decided to watch this together, too. So the movie came out, and it was not good. Not good. And it's really not good now. Like, it's really not good. For me, after watching the Snyder Cut, the 2017 regular cut of this that Whedon did is unwatchable. There is no point in watching that movie anymore. This Snyder Cut makes that movie god awful. And there's just so much stuff that was in the movie that, like, why would you reshoot? Like, why? Like, there were so many scenes of dialogue between our characters and them growing as a group that why would they reshoot and take out a bunch of that stuff? Like, there's so much depth to all the characters in this movie. Like, all the characters. So, this is probably going to be a little spoilerish. I might pop some things off that are spoilery. Hopefully, a lot of you have seen it by now. People are starting to release their spoiler reviews, so I'm just going to talk about it as I go. I just finished watching it like 30 minutes ago. So, I'm just going to rattle things off as they come into my head. It's not a scripted review or any of that type of shit. I don't have any notes written down. I'm just going to rattle stuff off my head. First of all, the movie starts off Batman versus Superman. I love that. I love that we get that connection of Superman dying again, and we get this different little take of it. I thought that was really cool. So, we also get way more character development for besides Batman and Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Cyborg, and Flash all get way more screen time. Like, especially Cyborg. Aquaman and Flash, I would say theirs is pretty equal as far as, like, the extra screen time that we get. We get to see more of Atlantis, which is awesome. We get to go to Central City, see that awesome scene of the Flash saving Iris. Great stuff. But Cyborg, you guys. Cyborg is the one. That guy, his character is the heart of this movie. And in my opinion, the stuff that Ray Fisher has been saying and talking about now with Whedon and Jeff Johns, unfortunately, God, I love Jeff Johns' comic books too, but man, all the stuff that Ray Fisher's been saying about those guys, it makes me believe it because they basically wrote his character origin completely out of the other movie. Like, completely out of the other movie. There's so much heart and just emotions with his character in this movie. So much. Like the scene where his dad dies, which I'm sure that's not really a big spoiler. It was in the freaking trailers. There's so much emotion with his character. Him and his dad's relationship is super rocky in the movie. Just great. There's this, I mean, Batman is actually, the Batman that's in this movie seems like a natural progression from the Batman we got in Batman versus Superman. He's not the silly, corny, cracking, oh, yeah, something's bleeding, joke that he was in the other movie. It was a natural progression for this Batman from where he ended at Batman versus Superman. And Diana, my God, as much as I would love to see Patty Jenkins come back to do Wonder Woman 3, I'd watch a Zack Snyder Wonder Woman movie. The action with her was great in this movie, you guys. Great. Like, she seemed fierce as all hell. Like, just great. Man, and the Superman stuff, the Superman side of this was handled way better than it was in the other one, too. I felt like there was more impact with his death and the whole bringing him back process. There was more scenes at the Kent farm. Just everything. You can tell that this was all put together by one person. That was the thing that bothered me about the other one, is you could tell that it was two different people that, But yeah, the Superman side of the stuff, the black suit. We get the black suit. It was awesome, you guys. Would have loved to see the mullet with the beard? Yes, we would have. But you know what? We got the black suit. Be happy. Just be happy. And he's great when he comes back. Like, and it's weird to me because like there's a lot of scenes in the movie that are they're the scene from the 2017 movie, but the lighting's different. Sometimes the camera angles are different, and then we get those additional scenes that were totally cut out of the 2017 movie that add so much more to this movie. Like, the pacing, for one thing. The pacing in this movie for a 4-hour movie is amazing. I gotta tell you, like, whoever hates on Snyder for just saying, he's only a visual director, I'd say this is some of his best work as far as like the storytelling and character development and all of that kind of stuff, and the everything but the visuals, because he's great at the visuals. There's a lot of slow motion stuff in the movie. I don't really care about that, but I do know that bothers some people because there's a lot of it in here because he loves that. That's his style. But it's needed in my opinion, that the slow motion wasn't too much. It was just perfect. It was where it needed to be to enhance the story and the moments and the action and all that kind of stuff. So, and part of the drama stuff. Like, there's the slow motion part with the Flash where he's like parting Iris's hair and he's checking her out and he snatches the hot dog and puts it in his pocket. Like, it has a place. It does. It's not too much. But yeah, the pacing is unbelievable in this movie for a 4-hour movie. Like, unbelievable. Like, it's crazy. Like, I seriously think this is one of Snyder's best, if not best movies. I really enjoy Man of Steel. But I mean, 300 was great too. But I think this might be his best damn directing outing. Like, I'm serious. Like, the movie was phenomenal, you guys. It was great. We get left on a cliffhanger. We got the timeline jump towards the end of the movie. Martian the effing Manhunter showed up, everybody. Woo! That's right. Martian the Manhunter was in the movie. Ryan Choi was in the movie. That's right. The Atom. Well, he's not the original Atom, but he's the newest Atom in the comic books right now. There's another character. We got to see a little bit more of that Green Lantern from the backstory. Darkseid, Jesus, everybody, Darkseid was amazing. I loved how Darkseid was added into this movie. I thought he was going to be involved more, but you know what? I was perfectly fine with him not being involved as much as he was, because it was perfect. It reminded me kind of what Marvel did with Thanos. They're building him up. They're teasing him. He's this presence, this bad mamba jambo. Like they're building the tenseness with his character, and it's perfect. The stare down that the Justice League has with him after they kill Steppenwolf, that's right. Epic shit. Speaking of Steppenwolf, total turnaround. Total turnaround. He's not the best comic book villain ever, but damn, he looked more badass. He was scary. He had more of a backstory. It made more sense why he wanted to get the mother boxes, for one thing. He didn't seem so pointless. Great turnaround for him. He was way better in this movie. Way better. And the R rating benefited the movie, I would say. We got a couple F-bombs, everybody. Cyborg and Batman cussing them heads off. And speaking of which, that scene with the Joker and Batman, phenomenal. Great. Jared Leto, you have redeemed yourself, my friend. I would like to see you in this future setting in a future Justice League. Hopefully. So that's another thing I'm going to get to is the future of what this could possibly mean. If this does well, if it streams well, people go watch it, please. Go watch the movie, support the movie. Because I would almost bet that if this does well and it grabs a shit ton of attention, which it already has, I think Warner Brothers might let Zack come back and make a second Justice League and maybe finish his trilogy off. Maybe. Who knows? I'm down. I'm sold. I'm ready for it. This shit was great. Is it a perfect movie? No. There's some CG in this that you could tell that obviously the movie went through hell. Like, a movie that went through hell like it did and took this long to get released for a director's cut, this movie's phenomenal. This is probably the best director's cut of a movie that probably is out there now. As far as being a finished product, like when you look at it that way as a finished product, probably the best director's cut that's ever been released. It's not perfect, but for a director's cut that took this long to get put out and made, it's pretty damn good, like quality-wise. I'm telling you. So, you know what, guys? This is up there in my top DC EU movies now. It really is. I'm gonna give this bad boy. I'm gonna give it 5 lightsabers out of 5 lightsabers. That's right. I am giving Zack fucking Snyder's Justice League 5 lightsabers out of 5 lightsabers. For me, it's a perfect goddamn movie. Is it a perfectly made movie when you look at it all the other aspects? Nah. But for me, it's perfect. So 5 lightsabers out of 5 lightsabers, everybody, for the Snyder Cut. It was epic. It was awesome, people. Go watch it. If you haven't seen it, Jesus, why are you listening to me right now? All right, everybody. Hope you guys enjoyed that review. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. And be catching you on the tube later because Zack Snyder has spoken.